Hello, everybody. Welcome to Room 37 by Post Punk TV. I'm here with Richard Vernon, and our guest today is Dr. Chud from the Misfits, and now the Karens. How are you, Dr. Chud?
I'm amazing. Coming to you from a hotel in Tucson. I'm in the middle of writing a song for a TV show. It's a secret location. I can't tell you where I am, but it's pretty cool here.
Nice to see you again, and always a pleasure to have you, and you're a badass. Well,
Thank you.
as you know, our show, it's I talk about the music business and questions about the Misfits, and I'll have some questions for you later on. But Richard is going to start off by asking you some questions on the deeper end of the music business. So I'll pass it on to him.
Thank you,
Fire
Tony.
away, fire away.
Lovely. Hey, lovely to meet you, Chud. But it's yeah, I'm really interested to hear how you'll answer these questions. But first of all, pleasure to meet you.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
I can't hear so good. I've been a drummer for 40 years, so.
Okay, no worries.
Speak up.
Okay, so first of all, Chud, how old were you when you first started playing music, and what got you into that?
What got me into it? I'm going to finally say the truth because people want to hear the real me and the real what I'm really about. I've hid it for a long time, hiding behind different personas, masks. And in the last 2 years, I've been coming out as my authentic self. And I think it's what people need these days in this times, the times we're in. We don't need no more illusion, no more fakeness. So it started off like when I was 7 and I wanted to play guitar. And my grandma started taking me to guitar lessons in town. And after like the third or fourth lesson, I'm sitting home getting ready for my lesson. And I'm like, Graham, I'm ready for my lesson. And she's like, oh, we're not going anymore. Your teacher said you'll never be a musician. And I was like, what? No, I want to be a musician. So that's when I started picking up drums. And I started playing drums at like 9, 10, 11. I started really getting into it around 11. And again, I've met another roadblock because when I was playing a game with my friends, kill the guy with the ball. You throw the ball at somebody trying to hit them and they're out. One ball came right at my thumb and hit it straight on and tore a ligament. And at the time I was trying to play jazz. I was trying to play some really cool stuff, studying really hard. And after that happened, my thumb started growing crooked and I couldn't hold on to the drumstick.
No way.
So I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I can't play these jazz things anymore. So I said, fuck it. I'll just hold a stick like this and I'll play some rock and roll. And so I just started playing rock and roll beats. Yeah. And it was the universe pushing me to where I should be. So but at that time you don't know that. You don't look around for the signs. You're not listening for the signs. So I'm like, all right, I want to play rock and roll. So I started getting some rock and roll bands. And that's how it happened.
Wow, I love that. That's great, and I love that honesty. So that thing, that thing you said, where the first person to say, you can't be a musician, you can't do that. Is that something that drives you when people say you can't do something? Like you're like, right, fuck this, I'm going to do it even more.
I will never tell somebody they can never do anything because
I agree.
You have no idea what the universe, I call the source, has in store for you. You have no idea. You should listen for the signs, but if something ain't working out, it's telling you, hey, go somewhere else. So now I listen to the universe and I'm really attuned to everything, and my vibration is a lot higher than it was 2 years ago. So I would never tell anybody. I do is just follow your passion and see where it takes you. If it pushes you in a certain direction, go that direction, see what that's like. but never ever tell anybody they can't do anything. It's how do they know? What do they know?
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. So, who were your first influences when you were playing earlier? Who were you first into?
The first record I bought when I was a kid was the Bay City Rollers. They had an album out with a song called Saturday Night,
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
which is kind of ironic. Misfits have a song called Saturday Night.
Hmm.
And I love that song. Satty. Nice. I love that song. And I bought that record. And then my brother was like, listen to this. And he put on Queen Night at the Opera,
Yeah,
Death on
yeah,
Two Legs.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
when I heard Death on Two Legs and the guy like swore in the middle of it, you get kiss my ass goodbye. I
yeah,
was like, oh my God, I love this. And
yeah.
then I started getting to heavier stuff. And I think Zeppelin was my main focus.
Hmm.
Wings Over America was like one of my favorite albums of all time. It was a
Hmm.
live album by Wings, Paul McCartney.
Hmm. Yeah.
Aerosmith was a big influence. Um, who else? I think that's about it. Kiss. I was in the Kiss Army.
Hmm. Okay.
And Genesis. I liked them when Peter Gabriel was putting makeup on. That was kind of cool. The Kiss makeup. I kind of was into theatrics a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
70s. I'm a
The
70s kid.
Yeah. Me too. The first singles I bought were by Slade. The first album I bought was A Night at the Opera as well,
Wow.
and I loved it. And albums were expensive then when you were a kid, weren't they? So I
What
remember
was that? What
albums
was
were
that?
expensive when you were a kid.
Oh,
So I
I
remember
don't know.
in
I don't
in
know.
the
Grandma bought my records.
okay, so in the UK, like an album was like £3 or £4, which is like $5 or something, which was a lot then. So I remember I had
Um,
that one album for ages, for maybe a year. It was the only album I had was just that, you know.
wow.
Yeah.
It's a
But it was
good
a great,
one.
it was a great record. And
Yes.
what about when so what about like, that's the same time that sort of punk started happening as well, isn't it? So at the same time here, we had a show called the John Peel Show where we were listening to Queen and Deep Purple, but suddenly we were hearing the Sex Pistols and the Stranglers. Was that the same for you?
Yes, it was. It was right around that time. I was getting into music in 79, 80, 81.
Mm.
Um, uh, at first, I didn't gravitate toward the punk stuff. I was more of a rock guy or hard
Yeah,
rock guy.
yeah.
Uh, um, I didn't understand it yet. I didn't understand the meaning of the punk and the stuff. It didn't matter if you were good or not. It didn't matter the quality. I didn't understand that. I was listening to records that were like so genius and recorded so well. I kind of didn't understand the Ramones and the Clash. I was like, why is this quality so bad? But
Yeah.
now I understand it.
Yeah,
It wasn't about that, and the quality actually was pretty good.
yeah. So, who were your favourite bands from the punk bands at that time? Was there anybody who kind of stuck out to you that you thought, yeah, this is for me?
Oh, the first punk record I bought actually was like in '79 was Jane County and Electric Chairs. I think
Yeah.
Wayne County and the Electric Chairs. Yeah.
Yeah, both. Yeah,
It was colored disc. It was really cool from Gem Records in England over
yes,
there. What is it, Gem?
yeah.
I remember, yeah, I was buying Gem Records. I thought that was so cool that they had these colored vinyls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started buying that, and I bought a Ramones record. Those were the two first ones. So
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
those guys, yeah.
And what about other influences? So, I think when people become musicians, there's normally somebody around that age who's influencing you and backing you up rather than trying to stop you. So, were there people who were an influence on your life and your behavior then rather than just the music?
You're talking about not rock bands, like you're talking
No,
about my
like
personal
people
people.
around you. Because, yeah, when I was a kid, I remember my granddad was massively into music. And he would say to me, listen, if you bring me one of your albums, I'll listen to yours and I'll play you one of mine. So he was
Wow.
getting me into Elvis and Chopin and all sorts of stuff I wouldn't listen to. So, what about you? Were there people who you found helped you into your career as a musician or as an artist?
Hmm. Well, I always studied music. I was a drum corps guy. I marched drum corps a couple of years with some of the best drummers in the world. They
Okay,
turned me
wow.
on to a lot of great stuff. Friends turned me on to Rush.
Okay. Okay.
Moving Pictures album. When I came out, they came over. They said, "Listen to this," and I was
Mhm.
like, "Wow, I love this. That
Wow.
drummer's
Yeah.
great."
Okay.
Um, Friends. Let's see who else. My parents just supported me. They bought me my first drum set at a garage sale
Mhm.
for $35. Um, and then I annoyed them for like a decade or so. Like I feel so bad what I did to them and my neighborhood because we didn't have electronic drums. So I was
Oh,
playing
no.
8 hours a day and just pissing
Wow.
off everybody. So
Wow.
it was tough being a drummer. And I think I got a complex from it. With the way I play now has a little hesitation or something to it, and I think that's from me,
Yeah.
not like being conscious of other people trying to play like softer or something. I was just always conscious of people. I know they're screaming at me now, but I'm gonna play anyway. Uh,
Wow. That's great. I love that story. That's
I
brilliant.
wish I wish that wasn't. I wish I had like a garage or a basement. I didn't. I
Yeah.
just had a bedroom, so
Yeah.
it was rough for me. But my parents put up with it. One time they came up and bet the shit out of my drum set, but uh,
Yeah.
got over that one.
Yeah. I love that. That's great. And do you have other areas of art or creativity that you do as well? I mean, I guess you do.
Creativity. Oh, oh, no.
Okay. Okay. So it's
I
made
work
it's made
out. I don't know. I work out. I sometimes I paint with my kids.
okay. So with the working out, I mean, you were saying I didn't realize this. So Tony was saying that you were a wrestler as well.
Yes, that was fun.
So fitness and your body is a big thing for you as well.
It's very important to take care of your body. In my 60s, I feel like I'm 18 because I take care of my body. I watch what I eat. When
Mhm.
you get older, you have to modify. You can't eat what you eat when you're in your 20s and 30s. You have to
Yeah. Yeah.
modify and listen to your body. Just listen
Mhm.
to it. If you're running and your legs start hurting, all right, try something else that won't make your legs hurt.
You said I was listening to you and Tony chatting before we started recording, and you were saying that you have your own band now, the Karens, and you were saying part of that is like from the meme that you want to connect with the younger generation. Now, I
Yes.
really like that idea. Why is it important to you to connect with the younger generation?
I feel it's my purpose on this planet is to teach. I feel like I'm a teacher. And this is just recently, like in 3 years ago, I learned this about myself. I started meditating a lot, and I learned that I was a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm a healer. So instead of sit home on the couch and just collect royalties and get fat and happy, I'm out here going to see all new bands. The newest bands that come out, I'll be there. I'll sit, check them out, help them out. They love it when I show up to shows and um, give them positive feedback. And I just want to be a positive influence on the younger generation because I feel like the older guys are like dropping the ball a little bit. So I'm not going to drop the ball. I'm going to hang in there until I'm dead, and and cultivate the younger generation. Yeah.
I love that. There's a thing I found. I think it's especially a guy thing. It may be women as well. I don't know. But you get to a certain age and you see people kind of fossilizing, where they start to say, "Oh, I'm too old to learn new stuff. No, I'm too old to do this." And I think, God, that's such a terrible attitude to have. And your thing about
Horrible.
get it, and your thing
Horrible.
about teaching the young generation. Do you? I find that I learn as much from them as they learn from me, and I imagine you're the same.
Exact. I have to learn from them. I have
Mhm.
to. Um, and here's one thing that society, the powers that be, they try to keep us down. They don't. They want us to not realize how powerful we are.
Mm.
So they want us to say, "Oh, I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that." They're just trying to keep us down. We're extremely powerful. We're from the universe. We're galaxy. We're stardust. We are actually the source. We are God. We are the source. We're creators. That's what God is. God's a creator, and so are we. He created us in His image. We're supposed to be here creating. That's it, and loving, love and create. So don't give up. You have to create until you're dead. And uh, oh man, I got more juice now than I ever had. So yeah, don't sit around saying you're too old for anything.
I love that.
Get that new haircut, get some new clothes or something, and go out there and make a difference in the world. It's your time, really. When you're wise and old is when you're supposed to let people know what's happening, because it's hard for them to know what's happening. The young generation, well, the young generation's pretty smart, this one, but when you
Yeah.
grow up, sometimes you don't know how much the corporations are manipulating you and controlling you and brainwashing you. You don't
Mm.
know until you
You
wake
know,
up
one of
and
the
yeah,
things I found is that our parents' generation were called the silent generation, weren't they? Because they seem to expect so little from life. And I think the
yeah.
younger generation now are the same, where they kind of expect nothing, and they're really lovely people, maybe because of it.
Um, I think they see through the illusion now, and that's why they
Yeah.
don't want to work because they see they're getting manipulated. They can't afford to live on whatever the
No.
corporations are paying them. They
No.
see through all the bullshit now, and I'm happy for that. I hope they change everything. I hope they make this a whole new world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Just quick, Tony's normally got some very, very, very specific, very music questions. I'll just hand you over to Tony for the bit of the music grilling, okay, Chud?
It's
So,
great
Tony,
talking to you,
are you
Rich.
there?
Hey, thank you, Richard. Dr. Chud, it's an
Ha!
honor to have you. Looking good, man. I like that hair.
Thank you. I got this new hairdresser, and man, she just knows how to cut my hair. Nobody knew how to cut it. I made.
Your
I love her.
your wife
And
is
now
an
she's getting
amazing.
expensive. She thinks I'm rich now. Now she's upping the price.
Your wife is an amazing person, and she definitely has she keeps you under management, and she does a wonderful job. So congratulations to
Amazing
her.
woman.
I have to talk to her about some business later on, but yeah.
She is all about the
Uh,
business, and every man should have a Mary. Her name is Mary, and she's freaking unbelievable. Everybody loves her.
yeah. Um, Before we jump into obviously the Karens and your new project, let's just jump back. What people want to hear. What first of all, what have you been up to? This last 10 years.
Ooh, 10 years?
Well, five. Whatever. You
I'm gonna
had
just I'm
your
gonna take it from
X
three
word,
years.
right? Yeah.
Um, wow. Yeah, I stopped X Word in 2007 to join up with Blitzkid, who I loved, which was another up and coming band who I played with, toured with, did some recording. And then after that, I navigated to Doyle's band and I did his first record. Excuse me. I did his first record, Doyle. And then I navigated to another new hard punk band that was emerging called the Sonic Creeps. I did that uh, self-titled record. And then um, I navigated to doing soundtracks in 2016, where I composed the soundtrack for 30 Years of Garbage, which is the full story about the Garbage Pail Kids, which was in the 80s a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. And then I kind of I kind of bailed out a little bit. I was very I don't know what happened, but 3 years ago, something happened to me. I had some kind of natural thing happen to me, my body and my mind, and it changed me. I had to. It actually shredded the old person. It was a very bizarre thing. It took me like 15 books to understand what was happening to me, but I had to shred the whole old person. Dr. Chud had to leave. I had to go. This new thing had to emerge, this new person, which was what you're seeing now. And, and so in the last 3 years, I've been this whole different person doing all this amazing stuff. And it was my purpose. It's just my purpose. I didn't know what my purpose was before that. And when that, I'm going to call it an awakening. It was a spiritual thing. It's not a religious thing. And after that happened, my life changed dramatically in every single aspect. And in the last 3 years, I've been nothing but busy every single day, just creating and helping people. Really amazing transformation.
Absolutely. And I see that you're traveling. You're not in New Jersey. You're composing for is a
Yeah,
movie
right
series,
now,
a movie, TV
it's
show.
a possible Netflix show. They're doing the pilot, and they asked me to do the theme song. So, um, I deal in the now, so I don't deal with the future or the past. So right now, you know, nothing's definite. I'm still in the process of recording it. So hopefully that will work out. That's why I'm here. I'm here to ground myself and try to finish the project and have a little vacation with my Mary. And but it's a little a time break before the shit hits the fan starting next week. I start tomorrow. My new record, Geffen Records, comes out, and then we start touring, and I got conventions to do, and then another tour in October with the Karens, and then we record a new album in November, and then I got Dr. Chud record being released in December. So the shit hits the fan right after this interview.
Who's in your band right now in the Karens?
Swam is the singer.
Okay.
Bean is the bass player, female, non-binary. Joe is the guitar player. And what's cool about how this happened was they kind of were following me for a while, but I was following them for like a year. I saw that, wow, these guys really are into what they're doing. They're really passionate, and I haven't seen that in a long time. And I watch a lot of bands, but these people just had passion. And I think at the same time, we both contacted each other. They were like, "Chud, can you produce our new record?" I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I went into the studio, and it was funny. It was almost the same exact thing that happened to the Ramones happened to this band, where the drummer was actually their engineer first. They went into the studio in the 70s, 73 or something. I think Joey was the drummer, and uh, uh, the drummer, what was the first drummer's name? Richard, not Richard. Who was the first Ramones drummer?
Yeah, I uh,
It's on tip of my tongue. Tommy. Tommy was
Tommy
producing
Ramone.
the first recording, and Tommy was like, "You know what? I think the drummer's not cutting it. I think I should play the drums, and the drummer should sing." And that's how the Ramones happened. And and in my situation, it almost was the same thing. I was sitting behind the desk, being like, because the guitar player was the drummer, and I was like, I think I should play drums, and the guitar player, I mean, the drummer should move to guitar, and I think that's the band. And they said, yeah, I think so too. And they were all for it, and it worked out really good. And so it's four people: Swam, um, uh, Bean, and Joe, and myself. That is the band, and will always be the band. It's a solid
Okay.
lineup. Yeah.
And you guys are going to be touring the East Coast first, or how you going?
West Coast first. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, we start June 27th into Seattle, and we go down the coastline. We'll hit Portland on the 4th of July. We'll hit like Santa Cruz on the 9th, Sacramento on the 10th, Eugene, I don't know where that is, 15th, Boise 16th, and we end on the 17th in Yakima. And that's the first leg of the new album, which is called "I Want a Refund." You hear it
Okay.
first? Yeah.
Yeah. And what type of music would you consider the Karens? Punk or what style?
Oh,
Psychedelic?
this is pure punk. It doesn't get more punk than this. Yeah. I mean, the singer's trans. He's transing into a woman. We got the non-binary bass player. Um, it doesn't get more punk than that. We're angry, very angry, and and yeah, it's pure punk. That's it.
So you're playing drums with the Karens.
Yes.
Okay. And
And something about the new record, real quick. Uh, this record has been something. We met at my house, and for 2 days we wrote the album, 14 songs. The third day we went into the studio and recorded it. We only got through 9 songs, but that's what the album has, 9 songs. But it was I left the studio like that was too easy. That was fucking too easy. What the fuck's going on? But the rest of the process was so difficult. It was every step of the way, from printing, this, that, mastering, mixing. There was just hiccups all along the way, which was bizarre. It was like the universe just telling me, "Hey, nothing's that easy, buddy."
right.
But and I just got the vinyls sent to my house 2 days ago, and the FedEx screen said, "Your your record has been delivered by Karen." And I'm like, no friggin' way. You can't write that shit. Thanks, Karen. Karen. The FedEx person was named Karen, delivered the record. That was funny. I thought.
Yeah. Uh, that is awesome. Well, I can't wait. Obviously, we're gonna feature and do an
Yes.
unboxing of the Karens and the
I
material that you're
love this
sending
new
me.
record. I absolutely love this new record. I think it's one of my favorite. All the drum tracks, we recorded everything live on the spot. Most of the tracks are one takers. Now, remember, we just wrote the album like a day before, and
Yeah,
we kind of practiced it a little bit, not much, but we went in there and belted it out. And I am so proud of this record. No, there's no computer shit involved, no cut and paste, no fucking quantizing, uh, beat detective, whatever they call it. No, this is
uh,
pure punk, raw, in your face, fast. It's all fast. Really great record. I want a
that's
refund. Yeah.
that's what I love about you is that old school. Number one. Number
Yeah.
two is that you can't find this digitally. It's not gonna be on Spotify. It's you have to
Oh,
purchase it, right?
oh. Well, hold on a second there. My records I don't put on Spotify. The
Right.
the Karen stuff is a group effort, so I lost that battle. It was like
Okay.
3 against 1. They wanted it on Spotify. The kids today, that's how they listen to their music. I guess I don't know, man. I'm trying to convince them to. I put out CDs and records. That's what I do for the Karens. They put it on Spotify. Uh,
Okay.
but I want to say something real quick because I tried to hammer this home in 2016. I have the answer for Spotify, how we could beat this company and all streaming sites. Nobody's listening to me because I'm just a small person in a small business music world. I wish that maybe somebody bigger would do this.
You're gonna get us shut down, and my Instagram page is gonna be taken down. I know what you're about to say.
All right, here it is, real quick. This is
Say
what I
it.
think.
I
This
don't
is
give a
the
shit.
answer. This is the answer, kids. Listen, we have to turn the shit around. Use Spotify as a marketing tool, as an advertisement. In other words, don't if they're not going to pay you full price for that full streaming, uh, not pay you for that song because they're only paying you 0.0003. They're supposed to pay you 7 cents. If they're not going to give you what you deserve and what you're supposed to be getting, don't give them the whole song. You give them like three quarters, and then you cut in and say, hey, if you want, make it an advertising. If you want the full high quality version and support the actual band, go to the website and buy the record, or or go here and stream it here where we get more money. Uh, that way, yeah, the Spotify people always come to me and say, "Oh, well, how am I going to find new bands?" Well, there, you still could find new bands, but now we're getting paid. They're paying us for advertising. They're paying us. So we get paid for advertising, and they're not getting the whole song because they don't fucking deserve it. And we send them off to where they can get it, where we get more pay, or go to a CD, buy the CD or something. So we turn it around on these dudes, and after a while they be like, "Oh fuck, what the fuck?" And that's how you beat these fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I miss. I mean, for a while it was very comfortable having my phone around, and oh yeah, I got all the music, a playlist. But I miss having physical music now. I miss having the actual artwork and
Of
listening to
course
the
you miss
song,
it.
listening
It
to the
was a
songs,
ritual.
and
It was
looking
a
at the
ritual.
pictures and the lyrics,
Yeah.
and it's a whole experience that you don't get it
Experience is the
digitally,
word.
right?
Experience is the word. It was a whole ritual where unpacking it, opening a record, maybe cleaning your weed on the record sleeve. You get all the seeds out, but you could read everybody who was
Oh
involved
yeah,
with it.
you can do the rapping, the whole thing. Yeah,
But it was special. It's not special
yeah.
now because these corporations made it not special because now I can get 30,000 songs for, I don't know, a couple dollars. It's ridiculous, and it's just not special. They made it not special. We have to go back to making music special for
Yeah.
people, and not a corporate thing. It needs to be special. I'm willing to go back to friggin' basement shows to stop these people from charging $600 a ticket, and it's fucking a joke. Uh, yeah, I'll do the fucking basement shows again to beat these corporations and tell them they're fucking just wrong about all these prices and gouging everybody. They're not making music special. It needs to be special again.
Before we go to some questions that I have for you about the Misfits, are you still living in Lodi?
The land of dumb Italians? No, that's a late night joke. So
Yeah,
um, I moved out. I moved
yeah,
out when I joined the
no.
Misfits. I moved to Vernon when I joined the Misfits to be closer to the band and rehearse with Jerry every day. Um, and then I end up loving it, so I just stay there. It's a great place. The house I grew up in is still in Lodi, and my brother owns it, and that's where I'm gonna have my wedding in August. Ah,
Oh,
yeah,
congratulations!
Mary's my
And
fiance. What do you call that? Fiance? Fiance?
Mm-hmm.
She's my fiance.
who? Oh,
My,
Mary.
my
Yeah. Okay. I thought.
Mary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Mary
Yeah.
met in '96 at third Misfit show, I think in Columbus.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Any bachelor parties? Route 17.
Wow, I
Does
didn't
that
even think
come to
about that.
mind?
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that doesn't excite me. I can care less about that. Mary is
I
my
re-
bachelor
I,
party.
I remember Route 17 in Lodi. What is that?
Bada bing.
Yeah, The Sopranos.
Yep,
That's
The
crazy.
Sopranos. Yep, they filmed there, all their scenes, and they filmed at Lodi Pizza too.
Yeah, we followed them. We followed. A shout out to Lodi Pizza, the
Yeah,
best pizza in New Jersey, northern New Jersey at least.
Lodi Pizza is catering my wedding.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, send us some video, man. We'll love to put
Oh,
it up.
definitely. It's gonna be
Uh,
fun.
please tell us how you joined the Misfits. How did that come about?
I think I went to a funeral with my friend Sal B. And I was walking out the funeral, and Jerry was there. All the people from Lodi. And I went up to Jerry and, hey, Jerry, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing great. I think I'm thinking about getting the band back together, or been rehearsing with some guys. Uh, and I was like, oh, really? All right. And at the time, I was like 8 years into my local band. I was playing 3 nights a week in clubs. I was pretty primed to do something big. So I asked him, hey, if you need any help, I can help. Can I help in any way? Yeah, sure. Yeah. He gave me his number. He said, come on up, help the drummer out. The drummer is Merp. And I knew Merp. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah. I'll come up and help Merp out, set up his drums or whatever. And every time I went up there, he didn't show up. And so the brothers just said, hey, just sit behind there and just play these songs and until Merp gets here, but he never showed up. So after a while, I actually learned the whole Misfits set. And one day they just turned to me and said, I guess you're the drummer. And I was like, wow, all right, I could do this. I could do this. And I put my everything into it, everything. I studied up on all that old stuff, and um, I really made it my own, and I started writing with them, and uh, that was a fun time. That's how I got in the band.
That comeback in '95 was pretty big. Being signed to Geffen Records, that was a big deal, huh?
That was amazing. What a great company. They made us they made us wow, what's that? It's 2 o'clock. Oh wow. Um they made us sign up to the union, which was amazing. I don't know if any company's ever does that, but so which was David Geffen took care of his bands. He cared about the bands. So he made us sign up to the union, which now I can collect a pension because of that, which is amazing. I can collect right now, but I'm going to wait a little longer. But I have a pension coming from Geffen. Um, the other records are on Warner Brothers. I have no pension with them, but Geffen was a great company. I really wish we stayed on that company, with that company. Yeah.
And real quick, what are some of like two or three of your more memorable shows with that lineup of the Misfits?
Oh crap. Memory's a thing with me. I
Chile,
I lived
Santiago.
I lived in the moment, man. Every day was amazing, and it's really hard for me to remember all that stuff. I love touring with Anthrax. I love when they let me sing a couple songs. Um, Benanti would sit in for me if something was wrong. Uh, let's see, what was memorable? Oh God. Uh, Playing with Black Sabbath, the original lineup. They let us hang out on side of the stage. That was a moment for me because I grew up with Sabbath. That was another '70s band that I loved.
Yeah.
Um, Motorhead, that was cool. Hanging out with Lemmy. Uh, um, the original Resurrection tour was amazing. Uh, we toured Europe first, I think. Um, Playing the Dynamo Festival. That was a big festival at the time. I don't know if it's still around.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know, but Mike singing that show, right? I think.
Mike Hideous.
Yeah.
He might have been on that show. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for a fact that he did because
Oh,
yeah, yeah. That was a big show. That was in Amsterdam, right? That was in Holland or something.
I think some of the biggest shows we did was with Mike Hideous for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Mike just pulled out the last minute at the wrong time because he would have done some really big shows. But then after that, I think we got a new manager and we started doing arenas and stuff before it all fell apart. which I
Yeah.
wish it didn't fall apart because we had like 5 more records in us. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah. And just one more question, which I'm a big wrestling fan. How did you guys end up in WCW as the Misfits?
That was because of Vampiro. He loved he loved music. Vampiro loved music. And I think he was a frustrated musician. Like I think he really wanted to play music all his life. And he loved the Misfits. And I think he just called us up one day and said, "Hey, why don't you come like wrestle with me? Be the gimmick." They call it the gimmick, the side people that aren't wrestlers that just do weird things. And Jerry was all over it. He wanted to do it. So I think Doyle was a little hesitant. He has a bad back, so he wanted to make sure his back wasn't going to get messed up. Uh, I was all gun ho for it. I mean, any way you can experience life, that's why we're here to experience life. Uh, and I loved every second of it. I got hurt a little bit. I got a choke slam once, and I jumped too high, and I landed on my neck. I still got the lump in my neck. I got a herniated neck, herniated ribs, sprained ribs, concussion, all in one shot. Uh, and I think I made the highlight reel that week from that shot. And uh, I I I don't I don't mind it doesn't hurt me, so I'm good. I love
Yeah.
wrestling, and
Yeah.
it's real. It's kind of real because that chair is metal, and it doesn't matter if it hits you; it's gonna hurt no matter what.
I I sent you some footage that I remastered like into 4K. Did you get a chance to see it?
No, what'd you do?
You
What do you
guys
mean
wrestling.
remaster? You took it from
I
YouTube?
Well, yeah, I took it from YouTube and we remastered it, and
All right,
it looks like 4K, like
all right.
from
I'll look at it. Yeah,
yeah, and yeah, you look pretty big, man. I mean, Doyle works out all the time. God, because I had a chance to tour with him in South America. So with
uh,
Doyle recently, actually, and he's just a beast.
he looks
But yeah,
better than ever. Yeah, he looks great.
yeah, he looks great. And what do you think about the shows that they're doing now? Uh, do you wish they would have, would you had accepted, drumming now in these big
Um,
shows?
Doyle said he put my name in the hat, but that was a Glenn thing. Glenn picked the guys to be behind him. Uh, the other guys had no say really. It should be the four Lodi guys. It should be Misfits. First of all, I this is my personal opinion. I know I'm gonna get shit from the one half of the fans because they kind of split in a way. I don't know why, but um, I would have loved to see four Lodi guys up there that were actually on the records. Uh,
Yeah,
I love
yeah. I
AC.
mean,
I love
who
AC.
who?
AC's my good friend. Doyle, I love Doyle, but and I love Dave Lombardo, but uh, uh, um, I wish there was Misfits up there. That's all. That's all. Or if you're
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
put this new
I
lineup together, at least record some music so you could say they're Misfits. I don't know. That's my end of it.
no, Dave Lombardo is a great drummer, but
Yeah.
he really doesn't belong there. It's not like you said. It should be New Jersey, not Lodi, Vernon,
Yeah,
people from
Googie's still
there.
alive. Robo's still alive. Oh, you
Well,
know,
I think Robo is in Colombia and can't come back. I think.
he might not be able to come back now, but
No, yeah,
every time he comes to the States, we have dinner together. Um, uh, those guys, drummers are the feel of a record. So if you want the feel of a live show to be like a record, you have to have that drummer that was on the record. You can't. It doesn't matter if it's the greatest drummer in the world. He won't have that feel of what was on the record. It's impossible because we all have our own feel.
Yeah.
So now you're cheating, kind of cheating the audience out a little bit. You're like, well, it's close enough, but no, the audience wants to hear the actual freaking feel and the guys that were on the record. I don't
Yeah.
know why people do that where they just don't use the person they used on the record. It's bizarre to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. Uh, well, I'm looking forward to your new music. I'm looking forward to your new projects. We're going to have all your links and all your merchandise, links to everything that
Oh, great.
our audience can get and buy from you. And I'm really looking forward to your new music and to keep in touch with you. And we now that we've reconnected, I think the first time I saw you and we talked was in 1995. So it's been a
Wow.
long time, man. Yeah. Yeah, you had that you still had that big drum kit with all the spikes, the drum bass, and I think you guys had that big television like in the middle of the
Yes.
stage. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Great
I I
show.
uh I remember that show like it was yesterday, man. It was so excited, you know.
We
So,
were an amazing band. We truly were an amazing band, and it was a special band.
yeah.
I wish it never ended. It shouldn't have ended.
Well,
I
you
enjoyed
never
this
know.
interview. This interview was great. I love you guys.
Thank you. Thanks. I think Richard might have some closing questions, and
Yeah.
for me, it has been an honor, truly. Thank you.
Yeah,
Grazie,
that was
grazie, come si dice in italiano. Molte grazie, noi New Jersey people, right?
that was great. I really enjoyed listening to that. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Just a couple of things. I've got a couple of questions left to end
Yeah.
it. Just two points. First of all, your list of injuries has put me off wrestling forever. Secondly, your Spotify idea is perfect. Don't let that go. I'm going to start saying the same thing to people. You need to keep saying that. I've never heard anybody else say that before.
Right.
It's
I think I
perfect.
came up with the answer.
Yeah, completely. I'm not being sarcastic. You have come up with the answer. I'm going to suggest it to everybody.
Wow.
That
Yes.
no, you're
Please.
absolutely spot on with that. Please keep saying it. Keep saying it.
Thank you.
So just two questions. It's kind of one question, but there are two halves of it. Okay. So first of all, what has been your biggest mistake in life? Secondly, what has been your best decision in life? So what do you think's been your biggest mistake?
Oh boy. Oh man. Ugh. I don't know if my brain can handle those two. That it would take me too long, I think. Oh man, do I really have to be honest? Uh I'd have to think about that. I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay.
Uh,
What about your best decision?
uh Best decision. Oh, some of them were unconscious.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't answer those. They're too much for me. I'm
Do
sorry. They're just too
you
much
know
for
what?
me.
I love that. The reason you can't answer is so good is because you were talking earlier at the beginning about authenticity. So I
Yes.
love how you don't want to just say anything glib to that. And I think
I
from now on, what I should do is tell people beforehand that I'm going to ask those questions.
tell people what?
Beforehand that I'm going to ask those questions to give them a
Right.
time to come up with a real answer rather than just saying something
Exactly.
glib. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
That's
maybe
an
we can hear
important.
from you another
Those are
time. You can
important
tell us another time.
questions. Those are important questions.
Yeah.
And I'm still practicing to be authentic and raise my vibration. So I have to work on those answers because they're deep.
Mm.
They're really
Please
deep
do.
answers.
Come back to us with them on another time, okay?
That's a great idea. we'll start off the
Brilliant.
next one with those answers.
Yeah. It's been great. I've really enjoyed this. It's been fascinating listening to you, and I love you have such a great vibe, which is why you look so healthy and so happy. So stick
Yes.
at it. You're an inspirational guy. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm trying to spread the joy.
Yeah, I love it. It's succeeding.
Awesome.
I'll hand back to Tony to end it, but it's been a real pleasure, Chud. Have fun.